a collection. And yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about Bob and the album, Be Good to Yourself, the new one. And also we're going to talk about an upcoming event going on north of here.
Put-in Bay, South Pass Island, USA.
That's going to be awesome stuff. So don't go away. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these words from our friends. They're called the sponsors. V1073 Cleveland. It's Rocco back at the chair on a Tuesday afternoon with special guest Bob Gatewood in studio. Go ahead. What was the question?
I didn't know what song I was supposed to play. Sorry.
No, actually, I was going to let you pick. Let's talk a little bit about the new album, Be Good to Yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the stories, but the listeners, obviously, if you're not aware, we've been playing Bob Gatewood's new album, Be Good to Yourself. A couple of different tracks, No One Knows, and I Ain't Working for the Man, one of my personal faves, which is a Friday night anthem. Rock out, I'm not working for the man.
Right.
And Bob, of course, doing a little promotional tour. You were on Channel 3 earlier today.
Right.
Got some other things going on.
Yeah, hitting some newspapers and, you know, some TV along the way.
And this all started how?
Well, you know, it all started, I've just been making music for a living for all my life since I was a kid. And when I got, you know, just about out of my 20s, I through a long story we just had at lunch, I realized that we have to start writing our own music. We're going to be a unique thing. And so we started, and we weren't very good at first, but we got lucky. One song, Friends of the Bay, we play up there at the island, and the kids kind of spoke to them. And so we've done that. But shortly after that, I decided that I can't make the best records in my own basement, so I needed to go somewhere. And one of the kids that was in my band, Tommy Bukovac, was down in Nashville and winning all kinds of awards. And so we put a band together. This was about 10 years ago. Put a thing together, and we called Joe Vitale, and you know, legendary drummer.
Yes.
Had a group of guys, and we made a record, and it went well. And so it came time to do another one, and I was lucky to find out they all wanted to make another one. They're like, where have you been? I'm like, I've been working, man, keeping the lights on, you know. So we went down there this last year, and we were great. We had Tommy Bukovac on guitar, who's a Willowick guy. Joe Vitale, who's from Canton, Ohio. We also had David Santos, he's from the Billy Joel Band, and a guy named Mark Jordan, who's just a great piano player. Played on, I mean, everything from Taj Mahal to Van Morrison, you know, Tupelo Honey and stuff. I mean, just beautiful feel the guy had. And that was most of the band. We had Sarah Buxton also helping out, singing some. She's a songwriter for Keith Urban, and we're lucky to get her in there, you know.
Heavyweights.
Yeah, heavyweights, and then we were also really lucky with the studio that was generous enough to let us in there, and we had an engineer from heaven, Joe Baldridge, and he Pro Tooled it as we went for, you know, listeners and stuff. He fixed it digitally. You know, if there's a little note late here or there, he can fix it right on the fly. And then we had it mastered by Richard Dodd, who just done all the Tom Petty stuff, and you know, he worked with George Harrison for crying out loud. And I thought, hey, yeah. So after we
how did I get here?
Yeah, I know. After we were done manufacturing the CDs, I asked the plant for the CD back because I wanted a CD that said Richard Dodd on it. You know, yeah, I worked with Richard. Yeah, me and George Harrison. You know, so we kicked it out. It took a couple of sessions down in Nashville, and we mixed it, and we're, you know, ready to go. So we'd like to hear some people here. So we're really happy you guys are getting on board with us.
Well, not hard to do. Of course, we support local, regional indies, and you're right up our alley. So could you dazzle and amaze us with a little picking right now?
Happy to.
That'd be great.
Be happy to.
Bob Gatewood, V1073 Cleveland.
Saturday, it's my once a week fix for the other days. All the things that I have to do, I have to be on the day that I'm with you. Monday morning, my head's buried. I'm so glad that